Welcome back. It's Wednesday, which means we get to check in with our best friend forever, Michael Babock. Even if he doesn't consider us his best friends, he's still our best friend.
I absolutely do. I was just about to say that about you guys.
Come on, we're all BFFs.
We still need to make our friendship bracelets.
Bracelets are coming.
Bracelets are coming.
What's going on, guys?
Nothing.
How you doing?
We're doing good. Hey, quick question. Have you ever had Whataburger?
One time. Yeah, I think
Where were you?
One time when I went in Dallas.
Okay, yeah, that's where I grew up, so I had it.
Yeah,
we're having some next. We just got Whataburgers in Springfield.
Yeah, are you a fan or no?
No, I like them, but we're going to do a breakfast taste test coming up in the next segment.
I'm really jealous about that because I'm really hungry. I don't have anything to eat around here.
I gotta say, Babcock, though, I am in and out all the way.
Yeah.
In and out all the way.
That's probably better.
Really good.
Yeah.
You know what? What a burger. I'd take one right now.
Yeah, right? I know, it's only 6:30 there. My gosh.
It is.
He's hungry, though. That's all right.
I'm hungry. I mean,
Michael, I was so excited when our producer told us we'd be talking about Britney Spears, because you know how I feel about me some
there's
Brit.
been a lot going on.
Yeah. What's happening?
Well, the latest is that she has a book coming out, a memoir. This is Britney Spears in her own words, and it's not, by way of an Instagram post or anything like that. And this is an actual book that is, it's going to come out. It's called The Woman in Me. It's going to come out October 24th. The pre-orders are already open. And this is, it's going to be Britney in her own words. I mean, they describe it as this, this story of motherhood and of survival and hope. And it's, it should be an emotional ride. I'm sure she's obviously been through a ton of stuff. And I know fans are really excited for the book. It's interesting. She was actually in Vegas because when the thing with the basketball player, Victor Wembanyama, happened, she was actually there to celebrate finishing the book, and then she has this big scandal. So go figure. Not even that could go smoothly for her, unfortunately. But that's actually why she was there. She was celebrating the completion of the book.
Oh, wow.
I did not know that piece of information. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, poor Britney. I spoke about this last week, but it just seems like she cannot catch a break. Like, she got out of the conservatorship, it was great, and then all of a sudden, she's now fake AI. No one believes that it's her, and it's just poor Britney.
No, I think that's a good point, Maddie. People thought, that conservatorship was like over 13 years, and I think a lot of fans hoped that when she got out of that life would be good again for Britney, and that she'd be okay. And it has been very tumultuous. We're literally just putting up a story right now. Now she has demanded an apology from that basketball player. So, we'll see if that happens. I don't know that it's going to. But
Michael, two quick things about that, though. I'm glad TMZ released the video, because I did watch that video over and over again, and thanks for releasing that. That made a lot more sense to see it, but it's still wrong. He still needs to apologize, in my opinion. And B, I had heard rumors that when she was writing her book, like Justin Timberlake and some other people were like using their lawyers to get involved to make sure she didn't slander them. Have you heard anything to that extent?
I haven't personally, but that, obviously that wouldn't surprise me at all. And I'm sure that's what happened, because she's going to talk about those times in her life, those moments in her life, and those people like Justin Timberlake are going to be involved, and perhaps they're not painted in the most flattering light. So while I hadn't heard that, Jeremy, I'm sure that's happening. Yeah, or that has happened.
Because those are such monumental points in her life, but also pop culture history that all of her fans want to know the behind-the-scene details.
Right. Imagine, like, for the first time, like these real, like these iconic, and some of them were negative, but moments that she's now going to talk about, describe for the first time herself, and it should be interesting. Even if you're not a fan of Britney, if you're just a fan of pop culture or celebrity, it's probably an interesting read.
I'm just wondering if she will go in depth, because I'll be honest, some of her Instagram posts, I don't even understand what she's saying. Yeah. Like, they make no sense. But like, I want to know about, like, when she shaved her head. I wanted to go in depth about these things, because I don't want to be like that fan that gets him like, well, you didn't even reveal anything.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Hopefully she does. I mean, I think that's the expectation. And I would think here, obviously, I think a lot of those Instagram posts, she's putting those together herself and obviously posting them herself. So I think here, obviously, it'll probably be reined in a little bit more with an editor. And this book is through Simon & Schuster, so you've got a gigantic publisher behind it. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Say, what are the chances excerpts get leaked, just like Prince Harry's.
I'm sure because they've got to send out. You presume that they send out the book to have people review it and stuff. And yeah, I'm sure that'll happen. Hopefully it happens.
I know, right? That's what we're all hoping for.
Cannot wait. Also, weird touch too on Jamie Foxx because we hear all the conspiracy theories on TikTok, but he's doing
what do they
okay.
say? It's a body double.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've heard people have literally texted me that and asked me, like, this can't be Jamie, because the reality is he has the medical emergency in Georgia, like April 12th, and then almost 3 months. It's like 89 days or so where you don't hear or see anything, and then all of a sudden we've now seen him at the Topgolf driving range. We've seen him on a boat on Sunday hanging out with friends. We saw him return a purse to a woman who had lost hers. And now we see that he's playing pickleball with some buddies. And it's like an onslaught of Jamie Foxx all of a sudden when you hadn't seen him in 3 months. And it's incredible. We still don't have answers, and I've never seen anything like it, because usually when you have a celebrity, there are leaks and stuff, but his circle is so tight that they have kept everything so close to the vest that there really has not been a whole bunch that has been out there about what he dealt with. But it was serious. He was in the hospital. He was in a rehab facility, but now he's out and he's clearly enjoying himself and he looks great.
Here's a question. Do we see this much of Jamie Foxx before the medical emergency? Or does it seem like it's like in your face right now? Because we haven't seen it.
No, we didn't. I mean, he's out there, but he's not like he's not like somebody you see every day,
not
right?
Like a Kardashian.
Right, exactly. He's not Kim. And but you're right, he's all over the place, Maddie, now. It's like you turn and Jamie Foxx is in front of you.
Yeah. Michael, you know what seems very unreal to me in this day and age in which we live? That his medical emergency situation has not been leaked somehow. Like, I don't know how they've kept that quiet.
It shocks me, Jeremy.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, the way these things go with the celebrities, he's always got a friend or something who talks, or somebody tells somebody else, and that person doesn't have a connection to the celebrity, and they start talking. So it's such a rarity to have a guy that is as big a star as he is and for this long, for 3 months, to have no one say a single word.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
I'm shocked
that it happened that way. But hey, it's good for him to have good people
I'm
around
waiting
him.
to see if the conspiracy theories become truth in some aspects of how this medical emergency happened. We don't know. We're not going to say.
Well, did you? And I had heard, maybe it was TMZ that broke it, that I guess the movie he was making is it with Cameron Diaz? Like, she's now going to go back to retirement because she had such an awful experience on the movie.
Yeah, that's not great, right?
I mean, this is terrible all the way around.
Right.
But glad you're doing better.
That's
Jamie
the movie.
Foxx.
Like he was. They had like a week or two left of filming on that movie when the accident happened. And talk about body doubles. They actually did use a body double or like a stand-in for Jamie then. But yeah, that's not good when your coworkers tell you that. I'm going to retire.
I'll retire again.
Retirement. It was so bad.
Well, Michael, thank you so much.
Thanks, Babcock. We'll see you next
guys.
week.
Have a great week.
See you again, Jerry. I'll see you next week, Maddie.
You can catch TMZ weekdays at 5 p.m., TMZ Live weekdays at 2 p.m. Don't go anywhere. We've got our Whataburger taste test coming up. Ooh, I'm hungry.
Charlie, you hungry?
Whataburger. Hungry for some Whataburger.
Whataburger.